We've all been there. It's the middle of the day. The classroom is warm, the teacher's voice seems distant, and your eyelids feel heavier by the second. Suddenly you're jolted awake, realizing you've missed something important. Falling asleep in class is a common experience, but why does it happen? And more importantly, what can we do about it? It's not just about boredom, although that can play a role. The truth is, there's a fascinating interplay of biology, environment, and psychology at work. Understanding these factors can help us create a more engaging and sleep-resistant learning environment. So let's dive into the science of sleepiness and find out how to stay awake when it matters most. Our bodies are hardwired with a sleep-wake cycle called the circadian rhythm. This internal clock regulates our sleep patterns, telling us when it's time to sleep and when it's time to be awake. Teenagers, in particular, experience a shift in their circadian rhythm, making them naturally inclined to stay up later and sleep in longer. This biological shift, coupled with early school start times, can create a perfect storm for daytime sleepiness. Imagine trying to function at your best when your body feels like it's still in the middle of the night. It's no wonder teenagers often struggle to stay awake in class, especially in those early morning hours. While biology lays the groundwork, the classroom environment itself can either fight or fuel sleepiness. A dimly lit room can mimic the low light conditions that signal our bodies to produce melatonin, the sleep hormone. Similarly, a stuffy and poorly ventilated classroom can lead to drowsiness and decreased alertness. The seating arrangement also plays a role. Traditional rows of desks can make it easier to doze off unnoticed, while more collaborative seating arrangements can encourage interaction and engagement, making it harder to fall asleep. Creating a stimulating and energizing learning space can make a world of difference. Section 4. When the mind checks out. Sometimes, the battle against sleepiness is fought not in our bodies, but in our minds. Lack of interest in the subject matter can make it challenging to stay focused, and when our minds disengage, our bodies often follow suit. Stress and anxiety can also contribute to fatigue, making it harder to concentrate and stay awake. When we're stressed, our bodies go into fight or flight mode, diverting energy away from non-essential functions like digestion, and you guessed it, staying awake. Addressing these psychological factors is crucial for creating a learning environment where students feel motivated, supported, and mentally present. Section 5. Winning the fight against fatigue. So how can we combat the dreaded classroom snooze? The good news is there are things both teachers and students can do to stay awake and engaged. Teachers, for example, can incorporate active learning strategies into their lessons. Think group work, discussions, and hands-on activities that get students moving and thinking critically. Students, on the other hand, can make sure they're getting enough sleep at night, staying hydrated throughout the day, and eating a healthy breakfast to fuel their bodies and minds. Section 6. Towards a more awake and engaged classroom. Falling asleep in class is a common experience, but it's not an insurmountable challenge. By understanding the biological, environmental, and psychological factors at play, we can create a learning environment that supports student well-being and fosters engagement. Teachers, let's make our classrooms stimulating and sleep-resistant. And students, let's prioritize our sleep, manage our stress, and come to class ready to learn. Together, we can create a more awake, engaged, and fulfilling educational experience for everyone.